Nobody wakes up motivated at 5 a.m. Not you, not me, not even Cristiano Ronaldo. So if motivation isn't what separates the top 1%, then what does? Here's the uncomfortable truth. The top 1% don't win because they feel inspired. They win because they built a life where quitting feels worse than continuing. And that's what nobody tells you. You don't lack discipline. You lack structure. Think about it. When you had exams, you studied. When a deadline was real, you worked. When someone important was watching, you performed. So discipline isn't missing from your personality. It's just conditional. The top 1% remove the condition. They don't wait for pressure. They manufacture it.
They don't rely on mood. They rely on identity. And that's the shift that changes everything. Average people say, "I'm trying to be disciplined." Elite performers say, "I don't skip." Small sentence, massive psychological difference. When behavior becomes identity, excuses feel like betrayal. Let me ask you something that might sting a little. If a camera followed you 24 hours a day, would you respect what you see? Would you admire the effort? Or would you see potential constantly negotiating with comfort? People like Kobe Bryant trained when no one was clapping, no one was recording, no one was praising. Why? Because their standard wasn't external validation, it was internal alignment.
The average mind wakes up and asks, "Should I work out today?" The elite mind already decided last month that 6 a.m. is gym time. No debate, no emotional discussion. The moment you start negotiating with yourself, you've already weakened your authority. Discipline is reducing decisions. Decide once, execute daily. That's it. Another thing you won't hear often: willpower is overrated. Environment is king. If your phone is next to your bed, you will scroll. If junk food is on your desk, you will eat it. If distractions are within reach, focus will feel impossible. The top 1% don't rely on heroic self-control. They design environments that make discipline easier than distraction.
They remove friction from the habits they want and add friction to the habits they don't. That's strategic living. And then comes the part nobody wants to hear: boredom. Elite performance is built in boredom. It's built in the days when nothing feels exciting, when progress feels invisible, when results haven't shown up yet. Most people quit in the valley of boredom. The top 1% stay. They understand a powerful equation: boring plus consistent equals unstoppable. They don't need fireworks to continue. They need standards. And standards are different from goals. Goals are temporary targets. Standards are permanent minimums. A goal says, "I want to get fit." A standard says, "I train 5 days a week no matter what."
A goal says, "I want to grow my channel." A standard says, "I upload every week without fail." When your standards rise, your excuses shrink. And here's the biggest shift of all: the relationship with pain. Average people avoid discomfort. Top 1% choose it strategically. They understand that short-term discomfort protects them from long-term regret. Waking up early is uncomfortable. Staying average for 10 years is devastating. Training hard hurts. Watching others pass you because you didn't hurts more. You always choose pain. The only question is, are you choosing the pain of growth or the pain of regret? Now imagine yourself 3 years from today. In one version, you kept negotiating. You kept saying tomorrow. You kept waiting to feel ready. In another version, you became non-negotiable. You built structure. You protected your mornings. You removed distractions. You kept promises to yourself even when no one was watching. The difference between those two versions isn't talent, it isn't luck, it isn't genetics. It's daily self-respect compounded over time. The top 1% are not superhuman. They just decided that their future matters more than their current mood. They built systems instead of relying on feelings. They act first and let motivation catch up later. And here's the final truth. You don't rise to the level of your motivation. You fall to the level of your systems. So start small, but start strict. Create one non-negotiable habit. Protect the first hour of your day. Remove one distraction from your environment. Track your promises. Raise your standard slightly every month. And most importantly, stop identifying as someone who is trying. Identify as someone who executes. Because the moment you see yourself as disciplined, your brain will fight to protect that identity. That's how the top 1% think. That's how they move. Quiet, consistent, ruthless with standards, gentle with ego, and unstoppable over time. If this shifted your mindset even a little, don't just watch and leave. Like this video so more people break out of average thinking. Comment non-negotiable if you're done negotiating with your future. Share it with someone who needs structure more than motivation. And subscribe, because we're not building hype here, we're building standards.